Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, I've just got around to finishing Paul Joseph Watson's latest video, my friends. I've got to say, I am annoyed and left in somewhat of a state of shock, to be quite honest with you. Now, to please the YouTube algorithm, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions just so you know where I'm going during the course of this video, because I'm not going to be able to say what I want to say, otherwise YouTube will end up accusing me of inciting violence. So question number one, this is aimed at the men, really, this one. You're in a pub with your wife or your girlfriend. She's gone to the bar to get herself a drink, and you notice a drunk guy is hovering over her, trying to get off with her, flirting with her, that kind of a thing. And she's incessantly telling him, no, my boyfriend's over there, my husband's over there, I'm not interested. And he still carries on, feeling her ass, flirting with her, touching her, not leaving her alone. How would you deal with that certain situation? Question number two, you're walking down the street with your kids. Yet again, a young lad walks up to one of your children and kicks them quite hard in the shins, leaves a bruise, leaves a mark, there's pain, there's tears. How would you deal with that certain situation? Back in the olden days, when two guys had a problem with each other in a pub, they'd go out to the car park and deal with it themselves. I'm spoon feeding you here, guys. I'm hand holding you of what I'm actually talking about during the course of this video. You're intelligent people, you don't need it, but just for argument's sake, I'll give it to you anyway. So, during the course of this video, from Paul Joseph Watson that is, he is talking about a guy who runs a TikTok account, London Scammers I believe it's called, and he goes around Westminster Bridge and films the migrants playing that scam game, you know, where you put like a little ball or something underneath a little cup and you swish them around like that and you have to try and guess which cup the item's under. And yeah, it's basically a scam because it's sleight of hand and conning people, all that kind of stuff. And he gets the usual fucking response from the migrants, as I've spoken about many times on these videos: go away, stop filming, yada yada yada. But there's a small difference in this one. This guy who's recording the TikTok channel got spat at numerous times by these immigrants. Now, to me, spitting at someone is the height of deplorable behaviour you can do to anyone in the street. It's disrespectful, it's disgusting, and to be quite honest with you, it's rage-inducing. And what really annoyed me is the reaction from this guy with the camera who ran the TikTok channel. He just turns around and says, oh, that's disgusting. What are you doing? Why are you spitting at me? For fuck's sake, someone spat at you. You need to deal with these situations the way your brain tells you to deal with them. I know a lot of people say, you know, breathe, count to 10, don't get involved, don't do certain interactions with people such as that. But to me, we're being walked all over. I mean, these people get away with blue murder. They get away with assaulting women and children. They get away with verbal abuse. They get away with being aggressive to members of the public. And all we do is we stand there timidly and offer words as opposed to actions. Do you understand where I'm going with this, guys? If someone spat at you, immigrant or not, in the street, I'm pretty sure you would be fucking raging. Your fists would be clenched. That's as far as I'm going to go. Do you understand what I'm saying? When did we start turning into an island of cowards where nothing is deemed unacceptable or disrespectful anymore? No one's going to have fisticuffs anymore in this country, it seems, no matter what you seem to do to people. When did we turn into a nation such as that? Because when I was growing up, back in the 80s and 90s, it never used to be like that. You used to get a tap on the nose just from simply swearing at someone in the street or in the pub. Now it's, oh my God, why are you saying this to me? Can you please stop? Can we call this out? Because it's not going to deal with the overall situation. If these people come over and break into our country on a daily fucking basis and they see we are already a soft target, otherwise they won't break into this country initially, and then they see the public, the general public, are also a soft target, we are there for the fucking taking. We are open season, my friends. We need to start standing up for ourselves, particularly against these people. I am not inciting violence. I'm telling you now. I'm just saying how I think certain situations should be dealt with. There's a certain scene in one of my most favourite movies, Aliens, right? The Marines are going through the alien corridors and what have you. And one of the other characters, who's called Gorman, says you can't fire your weapons because they're underneath like a load of explosive pipes, right? And one of the Marines turns to his sergeant and says, what are we supposed to use? Harsh language? That's exactly what it's like in this current situation that I'm talking about. That's exactly what we're supposed to be using. Language, words, no action, no retaliation of that kind. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I'm constantly slipping up on what I'm trying to say. I'm going to end up stuttering and stammering my way over 8 or 9 minutes of this video, so I'm going to stop it there, guys. You understand what I'm talking about? We need to start standing up for ourselves, get that iron-hearted English spirit that we're renowned for, the Anglo-Saxon resolve. There needs to be retribution in certain situations, again, in this country. Not just clutching of pearls and hand over mouths and tit-tailing to the police. People need to start dealing with situations, certain situations, themselves. Similar to a pub car park disagreement. Anyway, shut up, Daniel. That's my video. Thanks very much for watching, my friends. And I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.